Okay, so literary definition of setting. Let's see what we come up with. Setting in literature, location and time frame which the action of a narrative takes place. Nice. Okay, so setting is the time and place. Why is it not typing? Let's try this again. I'm still not typing. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Time and place in a narrative. And a narrative is, of course, a story. And we want the literary definition of characters now. Why is my computer lagging so much? Person, animal, being, creature, or thing in a story that perform actions, speak dialogues, move the story along. Okay, I wrote personality to cover the fact that it could be an animal. Okay, plot. Plot is the sequence of events. Why did it not type it? There it goes. Sequence of events in a story. Conflict, according to our Google. Maybe Google is making everything slow. Literary definition of conflict. It's a struggle between two opposing forces. So conflict is the struggle or the thing that causes the struggle. Between two characters or forces. Conflict is the struggle or the thing that causes the struggle between two characters or forces. Okay, resolution is the end of the struggle or the solution to the problem that caused the struggle. Come on. There it goes. And literary definition of themes. Contemporary literature studies. A theme is a central topic, subject, or message within the narrative. Themes can be divided into two categories. A work's thematic concept is what readers think the work is about, and the thematic statement being what the work says about the subject. So theme is going to be a topic or message of a narrative. I'm going to close this. It seems to be slowing us down. I have too many open and too little Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll close the rest of my computers. I think that'll speed us up. Okay, so themes. Messages or topics. Narrative. There we go. Done. Okay, so let's continue finding out who the authors are for these three other books. So we have Scarlet Ibis. And while we're here, should we do some stuff while we have this one open? The setting, we know it is someplace where they have scarlet ibises. We know it was someplace back in the time when his brother was 5 and 13. But other than that, we don't really have a lot, right, that tell us exactly where it is. It's summer, the end of summer and autumn. And there was rain. Okay, so setting. The narrator's home. And childhood. I don't know if we know much more than that. We know the characters. We have the narrator. I don't know if he has a name. And his brother Doodlebug. And then the head mother and father. And then you can decide whether or not you think the Scarlet Ibis should be a character. The bird. Okay, plot in brief. A scarlet bird visits the older brother is embarrassed of his brother, younger brother. Okay, and so he's embarrassed of his younger brother and he's regretful when the younger brother dies. Right, now if you're following along, or if you're coming back to this later, don't copy exactly what I write. Somehow use what I write as an idea and then write it in your own words. Because if I get work turned in that is just a copy and paste of my work, I'm not giving it any. Okay, what's the conflict? Missing something, embarrassed. One of the R's. Okay, the conflict is with his feelings for his younger brother, right? what's the resolution? Well, unfortunately, he mistreats his brother at the end, and his brother dies. And the resolution is really his coming to realize what he had done. Um, and he talks about the bird as his fallen scarlet ibis. So the resolution would have to be okay. So the narrator recognizes his selfishness in the way he treats his brother. Themes, certainly something to do with compassion, right? Maybe how we treat each other. Maybe something to do with um, valuing what comes into our lives, appreciation. Which leads me to think of the problem of desire and want. Okay, is that enough? And that's it for that story. Let's go to the next story and see which one comes up next. I will close this one entirely. Maybe it'll save me some bandwidth. Next one that's going to be coming up is The Devil. It's too small for us to be able to read it. Or did I just get into the meat? So Cameron and Connor are here. Okay, if you want to follow along, I'm going through the stories and today's worksheet. The worksheet is called the Compare Stories chart. I'm going to go back to it. And we're working on The Devil next. And who knows how to spell that guy's name. Let's go to author for The Devil. It's going to be Guy, but it's probably pronounced Guy in French. De Maupassant. Something like Guy de Maupassant, maybe. And the setting. Okay. He's a French writer, so maybe it's in the French countryside. We have a peasant. So while we're here figuring out the setting, I'll write that we have a peasant. And we also have an old woman. And let's see what else is going on. It's July, so it's in the summertime. Grasshoppers. There's a doctor. These people have French names. It doesn't say pretty much any other time. It has some old money, so we know it's a long time ago. And they're farming, and they're bringing in the farm, the hay or wheat or whatever it is, and they have people out there stacking it up, so they're not doing it with machines. So the setting is Maybe the French countryside. Maybe in the 1100s. And July at harvest time. Okay, and we know the peasant's name is Honoré. We just saw his name. And his last name was Bontemps, as I remember. It's on there somewhere. There it is, Mother Bontemps. So, Honoré Bontemps. And old woman, I'm going to call her Mother Bontemps. And we're going to, where'd it go? Where's my cursor? I want it right here. There it is. We have a doctor. And then we have this other old woman, Madame La Rapette. Where's her name? Rapette's wife. And she is a washerwoman and also a sort of a hospice nurse. A nurse who takes care of people as they're dying. Okay, plot. His old mother is dying. The doctor won't let him go harvest the wheat. So he gets somebody to come in and watch while he is harvesting the wheat. And then, of course, the old woman speeds things up. So the plot will be peasant needs someone to watch his mom. Okay, what's the conflict? He doesn't want to stay inside or pay someone because he wants to harvest the wheat. There we go. Resolution. Well, we could say that he hires the woman to watch his mother, but the story keeps going after that. The story says that they work up a deal, and then they figure out how much money it is, and he works out a special deal so that he doesn't have to pay as much. But then in the end, the woman figures out a way to shorten the amount of time she has to work. And she does that. And so she works less time and he ends up paying more for the job than he had hoped. So the resolution. Um, so the woman figures out a way to cheat the peasant. That's how they did it. So the themes, does it have something to do with compassion again? Maybe taking care of your family? Does it have something to do with greed and being blind to what's important? Does it have something to do with cheating? And manipulation? Maybe that's enough? Unless somebody is out there and wants to give me another idea. I'm going to close this story. I'm going to open up the next story, Federigo's Falcon. Sorry about that. Tried to move the speaker away from me. Okay, Giovanni Boccaccio, written in 1353. We're going to come over to Federigo's Falcon is Giovanni Boccaccio. And we don't know if it's the 1300s, but it might be. We know it is in Italian in Florence, so it's outside of Florence. Italy. Okay, we need some characters. We've got the main character, Federigo. We have the woman that he falls in love with, Mona. Okay, let's get the rest of their name. Mr. Filippo Alberghini. So we know his last name is going to be Federigo Alberghini. Alberighi. And then Mona Giovanna. Then Mona's son. Do you think the Falcon is a character? Never says anything. Never really does anything. Not so sure that it's a character as much as a plot element, but doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have him chasing after this woman, driving himself completely poor, um, and there it is. There's the plot. There we go. Okay, he drives himself into poverty by trying to impress a woman. What's the conflict? She's married. Okay, so what's the resolution? Well, that isn't resolved, is it? Eventually, he sacrifices everything, including his bird, to her, and she recognizes his devotion and she marries him. So that would be the resolution. There we go. So, what are the themes? Certainly, there's something about devotion. Certainly, there's something about love. But there's also something about recklessness. And there's something about wealth and poverty. Okay. So does that cover all the stories? That everything? I can close this one. I will pull this one back over to this side. And I will blow this back up to full size so that I can look at what we've done. Trying to, there it goes. Really having trouble with my Wi-Fi today. There it goes. So we have the definitions of author, setting, characters, plot, conflict, resolution, and themes. Then we have for each story the author, the setting, characters. Let me change this. Countryside. There we go. We have a plot, we have a conflict, we have a resolution, we have some themes. We're good to go. We're done. All right. I am not going to post this for everybody. I may eventually, but not right now. I'm going to leave it in my tape, in my video. So I am going to pause my video now. Does anyone have any questions before I pause the video? Okay. I will pause the video and paste it for everybody. Come on. Very slow Wi-Fi today. Here we go.